All right, so this week, welcome back from spring break, by the way. Hope you had a good break. All right, what we got to do this week, we've got a bunch of lectures and a kind of long lab. So I sent an announcement last week. Hopefully you saw that. That maybe you've done some of this already and this is not as much work. If you didn't, just a heads up, it's not always this bad. This is probably the busiest week we have, so it kind of slows down, I think, a little bit. Not much, but a little bit after this one. All right. So for this week, you have 3 lectures. Now, I sent you the message last week. Hopefully you've done at least one of these already. But the first lecture is on lancelets, tunicates, fishes, and amphibians. Lancelets and tunicates are really simple chordates, things that have like a nerve system that runs down their back, but not super complex. The next lecture is reptile, birds, and mammals. And then the third lecture you have is on mammal and primate evolution. So that's not as long as the other ones. It's around an hour, I think. So it's a lot shorter than most of the lectures we've had so far. But just a heads up, that's a lot of lectures to go through. Now, I'm assigning them this week, but I'm going to move some due dates around just a little bit. So I've got to adjust these, but by the time you're watching this will be fixed. The review quiz usually is due on Sunday at the end of the week, but I know this is a whole bunch of material to go through. So our test on this material and everything this week, that's going to be what's on your next test. The 2 lectures on chordates and then the primate evolution. That test is going to be next week, but because it's a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of material, and our time was kind of thrown off with spring break, I'm going to leave it open 3 days this time. It's going to be open Monday the 12th, Tuesday the 13th, and Wednesday the 14th. So 3 whole days. To give you more time to study and prepare and all that, I'm going to leave the lectures open. The lectures are open all the time, but the review quiz for this one, I'm actually going to push it back until the 13th, until Wednesday, April 13th. That way, if you only get to have enough time to watch the first 2 lectures this week, you can do the last lecture like early next week and take the test by Wednesday. I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry if I'm just kind of rambling. But that review quiz for all of these lectures this week is going to be open until Wednesday the 13th. Okay? 14th, I'm sorry. It's going to be open until Wednesday the 14th. All right. So that's the big thing as far as lectures go. You got a bunch of those to go through this week. The lab this week is our longest lab that we have for the whole semester. I do want you to go ahead and do that one by this Sunday. That way you've got enough days to just this is over by Sunday, and early next week you can just focus on the test. Okay? So this one is on deuterostomes. You've got several dissections to do on this one. So you're going to have a sea star, you're going to have a frog, you're going to have a fish. There might be one more in there too. So this is a lot of dissections you're going to have to do. Now, they're pretty simple. On the fish, really, you just split it down the middle and look at the internal organs. There's better instructions than just split it down the middle if you read through the lab. For the frog, you'll open the chest area and you'll be able to see those organs. Sea star is a little tricky, but you just have to cut it kind of and open it up. Anyway, so it's not long, but you know, because you've done these dissection labs before, that you got to take the picture and upload the picture and label the structures. So that can take a lot of time. I think the kit website suggests 5.5 hours for this one. And a lot of students say it doesn't take that long, but I would give myself at least that much time. Okay, so that one is going to be due on Sunday the 11th. Just please on this one, make sure you give yourself enough time to prepare and finish that so that you're not rushing and turning in an incomplete lab to me. All right. Okay, so a couple more things. That's it this week. And that's enough. You've got those 3 lectures to watch. The review quiz, I'm going to push the due date on that back until Wednesday, the April 14th, so next Wednesday. And then you've got your last dissection lab, which is going to be Sunday the 11th. We'll have more labs after that, but we're done with the animals after this lab. Okay? So that's it for this week. Let's look at next week, though. Like I've said already, your third exam is going to be Monday through Wednesday. So that's April 12th through April 14th. Just make a plan to set aside some time to take that test. If you think you're going to need more time to study and prepare just because it's a lot of lectures that we're going through this week, make a plan to study on Monday and Tuesday, and then like give yourself a time on Wednesday to take the test. You can take it whenever you want to. If you just want to take it and be done with it, feel free to take it on Monday. All right, so one more thing is, you know how these exams work is that you post it, I've got to go through and review your video, make sure there were no issues with that, and then I've got to grade it, and it'll post your grade after that. So if this is due on Wednesday, I'm going to have these grades posted noon on Thursday. That's my goal, is to come in on Thursday and be able to grade these pretty quickly. Next Thursday, April 15th, that's the deadline to withdraw from Mini 2 classes. So real quick, what that means is up until next Thursday, the 15th, if for whatever reason you're not going to be able to do well enough in the class, if something came up, if your grades are just not there, you can withdraw from classes up until the 15th. All right. So what I want everybody to do right now is check your average and see how you're doing in this class right now. If you are failing, I want you to contact me. Send me a message, call me during my office hours, and we can look at your grade real quick. I can do like a really quick calculation where I can tell you what you're going to need to make from here on out to finish with whatever letter grade you're shooting for. So just like see me right now, get the information so that you can make a decision. But next Thursday, that's the deadline to withdraw. Okay? If you don't withdraw from the class after that, then you have to stay and you'll get whatever grade you end up with. Most of you are doing good, so like just ignore this and just keep doing what you're doing. But if you are like on the fence or you're not sure how you're doing in the class, just sometime this week get in touch with me, contact me, and I'll be able to help you out and like give you all the information you need to make that decision. All right, so that's it. If you have any questions or if you need anything, let me know. Thanks.